Pledge to the flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the
United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call.
Vice President Anderson.
Here.
President Gibson.
Here.
Member Greco. Member Swallow.
Here.
Member Sweeto. Here.
Need a motion to pass the minutes of April 8th meeting.
To kind of give a little bit of background, I have your account placed through a brokerage facility that all they do is public entities. And internally, they were unwilling to market because they felt that HCC, and we market your account every 3 years, is their most competitive option for you. We're roughly, and with the lowest premium increases at roughly 5% because we're performing really well. The town has, knock on wood, had very favorable loss experience over the last 5 years. I also have other accounts that are in the public sector that I've been making calls on, that I've gotten renewals on. The average renewal increase in our market segment for a fairly clean account, as they call it, is about 9%. So it's trending past inflation in the public sector. It has to do with law enforcement liability and just some of these trends where slip and falls in parks. So public sector is a little bit more targeted than others. So again, overall, really happy with where we're at. So the way that I broke this down, very similar to past years, is your first tab is a summary, 3 pages that kind of highlight each line of coverage. The next tab is the insurance company's proposal. Your company does a very short form, so they're going to be kind of similar. Your third tab is the schedules for your property, for your buildings and structures, for the equipment that you have, and for vehicles. One note on the equipment schedules: we had some lower valued equipment that was really old, and it maybe is functionally useful, but if we look at our equipment deductible versus the actual cash value or depreciated value of a piece of equipment, if we're not going to get a return, there's no reason to insure it. So I took about 15 things off the schedule that we were insuring. Below our deductible. Almost had it done. We got knocked down by management. So we basically have the same structure as we did this past year with a $25,000 deductible. That's typical for public entities, but we're a smaller public entity. In the past, we didn't have certain controls. We have much better controls today, post breach, than we did prior to that. So in my mind, yeah, we did have a claim and there was significant dollars paid out. But I just wasn't able to get us a lower deductible with the new IT structure that we have. I think you guys are deserving of it. So that's something that I'll continue to work on your separate liability.
But it's still 25,000.
Yeah. 25,000.
Yeah. But did the price go down, you told me?
It's almost identical. Let me go to my spreadsheet here. Yeah, we were $2,349 last year for cyber, and we're $2,107, even though they paid out, what was it, roughly $150,000? You know, fairly significant. And just so that you're all aware, I've had several clients that have had enough issues with Centier Bank that we have moved our agency's account from Centier Bank as well. And, you know, over this time, we pulled significant dollars from them. I haven't even received so much as a phone call.
No, they don't care. I mean, we met with them, and Sue can tell you, and who else,
I can tell you,
it was like they didn't care.
it's your fault, was your
Yeah,
position, and
they had no empathy, they just didn't care.
And you're not the only client of ours that has had financial loss, and they've taken the same position. You know, the reality is probably somebody penetrated our system, deleted the notifications to Tammy. And yet there's higher, I don't know if it's the proper term, security, but there's higher, degrees of security within banking systems. I know that there's certain banks that if we don't approve something, if it's on positive pay and we don't approve it, that they don't release the money, but like Centier does. And I think most smaller regional banks do that. So I'm not trying to throw them under a bus, but we had a terrible situation. I'm glad we had the coverage that we did.
Thank goodness.
And we're continuing the same with a little bit lower price. I just know that we can do better in the future. But going back, currently on the property, that's most of this book is for you guys to take home and skim through to see if you have questions. Our property values are roughly the same as last year. We took the town hall, even though its market value is very low, to replace it, it's going to be similar to what the new structure. So we have the new structure on. The town hall today is uninsured because realistically, you know, through discussion, it is the only reason why we want to insure it would be for debris removal. That's the most likely outcome for that. And if somebody else can find a use for it and buy it off the town, that's fantastic.
You know anybody?
But I know I'm very excited for you guys in the move. I really am.
So what he did, take it off the old building, put it on the lease.
Okay, we have no insurance on that old
Yes,
building?
we
You have
do.
liability coverage,
Liability.
Yeah.
but not property.
Okay.
So if the roof gets tore off by a tornado,
Or
Yeah,
a hurricane comes and knocks it down, let's hope.
yeah.
right, honestly. And we can't buy just insurance coverage for debris removal, so
Yeah,
it saves a couple $1,000s, and that makes sense. You know, all your insurance programs have what's called equipment breakdown, so that if, let's say, your new structure or the fire station or police station get hit with a lightning strike or indirect and it fries the equipment associated with the building, we have coverage for that. We have a little bit of limited flood and earthquake coverage. It just comes with our program. We don't have much exposure here. Inland Marine's our equipment, which if you go to our equipment schedule, you can see I broke it down by category this year, so it's easier to follow. If we ultimately look at the insurance policy, they got it all jumbled up, but it's accurate. For crime, we have a variety of categories of crime coverage. Employee dishonesty is any type of crime, whether it's on a computer, physical theft, or anything from an employee. We have 50,000 there. We include faithful performance for our treasurer. We have forgery and alteration, cash, money, securities, inside and outside the premises. So that's, I think for the town of New Chicago, the 50,000 on the cash side is probably more than adequate. Hopefully we're depositing in the bank more frequently than that, if you have that kind of cash.
No, not every day. No.
Right.
We don't have that.
Liability, which is premises, and basically the town's operations. It's, you know, walking through the park, tripping on a stairway up to a building. $1 million per claim. And I'm going to talk about the umbrella, and then I'm going to ask you, Lloyd, for your opinion. But we have $1 million per claim and $3 million aggregate, meaning we get $3 million claims, $1 million claims under our general liability alone before we hit our umbrella. And I'll get to the umbrella in a bit. We have employee benefit administration liability, so that if there's an error in adding or removing, typically from failure to add somebody appropriately to the health insurance, and if there will be a health insurance claim, if it was just an administrative error, this program will cover that illness loss or that injury loss from somebody that's health related. And it's a really inexpensive coverage, so it's important to have. It's not in proper order, but part of the public officials liability, we endorse on sexual misconduct and molestation. And the idea is parks have events with little kids, and if there's ever an allegation, we want there to be a response. So it's not normally included, and we have that covered up to $1 million. We have a practice liability that's typically during a separation event, letting somebody go, or even failure to hire. So it's hire, fire, discrimination, retaliation. We have $1 million of coverage for that with a $2,500 deductible. We have reimbursement for EEOC hearings. What we don't have that sometimes for some businesses is important, it's Fair Labor Standards Act. It's failure to compensate when individuals are doing overtime. So hypothetically, I know the chief puts in a lot of overtime. If we didn't count the chief's overtime hours and reported it, and if he had an allegation against us for not paying for those extra hours, we don't have coverage for that. That's probably the one area where
He doesn't get overtime.
he doesn't get overtime.
No.
Does he get straight time?
Straight time.
Okay. I just know
Yeah.
how
straight
I'm
time,
communicating
not
with him.
overtime.
He works a lot of hours.
Yeah, I know.
And I'm not worried about him going after the time. But we include from back wages. So if we let somebody go and we're held responsible, and if that's what somebody's going to want, they're going to want the wages that they lost. So we have coverage for that.
Okay.
The town's really well protected with our program. Public officials is for your wrongful acts. You guys are protected. If they name you individually or the town, $1 million plus our umbrella. We have law enforcement liability, $1 million of coverage. I've already referenced the cyber liability. This year, we have 26 units. That includes trailers on our auto policy from 24 this past year. Barely enough to cost about $1,000. And then this is something for you guys to discuss. The last few years, we've had a $4 million umbrella, which is excess liability over all the liability coverages that we talked about. And Indiana statute has limitations of liability for a public entity. And any one person can only collect $750,000. And for a catastrophic event, $5 million is the maximum out there. Knowing that we were facing some premium increase, I got an option for a $2 million umbrella, and it saves $2,901. And so last year, including everything, we were at just above 82,000. This year, we'd be at 88,600. But if we wanted to go down to a $2 million umbrella, which would still give us $3 million of coverage for each line, we'd get like 85,600. And when I think about anything could happen, but the likelihood for a community of our size and having a catastrophic event, I thought it would be prudent to get an option to keep our premium increase to as minimal as possible. And so I did include that with the numbers in your proposal.
So which knocks it down to 85, is that what you're
Well, it would
saying?
knock down to 85, 60 to 70.
Yeah, for 2 million
From
on top
82.
of what we already have.
So we're literally at an inflationary increase.
No, that's 3 million, isn't it? Not 2
It would,
million.
well, it'd be 2 million umbrella plus the million.
Oh, okay.
So if it's an auto
So it's a
liability, you got a
total-
million auto plus
yeah.
2, so you have 3.
So 3 million.
It seems smart if we could keep it down to literally the rate of inflation, which is better. It's fantastic.
Yeah.
The only place that I know this comes to is, if you get in an automobile accident, say one of our plows is out there, it would have to hit, well, for each person that it hit, they could get a top of $750. So, two of them would be, $3 million.
No, that'd be 4 people.
4
Four
two-
people.
two
4
people,
times 750 is,
yeah, right.
you're right. So we're not really exposing ourselves very, I mean, if we have that really, really bad accident where you wipe out a whole family, we might be on the hook.
What's bad is they're flying through the stop signs, they're not even hesitating. That's what's bad, you know.
But,
And it wouldn't be our guy's fault, it would be their fault.
right, and then we're
You
not
know,
liable
it's-
for that.
they're saying their say, you know.
No, if we go back 8-10 years ago, the town only had $1 million umbrella ever. And then for several years, probably 6 years, we had 2 million. And only probably the past 2 or 3 years did we go bump up to 5 because the pricing was just really good as well. So again, we could insure to the level that every big community is, or I just want to give you an
So we'll
option.
go with that, I think, yeah.
And the work comp that's in here, it did uptick a little bit, but only, the rates didn't change. The rates went down a little bit. Our experience mod stayed the exact same, but we went from total payroll of 678,000 to 719,000. And so our premium went up from 11,400 to 11,418 to 11,898, strictly as a function of the increase of payroll.
$400.
Yeah.
And that's because they got raises.
Right. So really happy with that too.
Guys got raises.
And that's all I have for you, unless you have questions.
No, Tom, I think you've done
Tomorrow?
as well.
No, your program
you say?
review is on the
I said,
20th.
when's the premium due tomorrow?
We'll hold them at bay.
You know Tom.
Honestly, it's work comp carrier that is.
Oh,
they'll
that's
be
already
pulled-
been paid.
okay.
There you go,
They'll pull up
Tim.
on us. I do have
Yep.
signature pages that, some right here, but I just figured I'd work with you tomorrow.
Okay,
The day after.
Vivian's already sent it to me.
Did she?
so,
Okay.
Yeah.
So
I
we're
didn't know
going with the second option number 2.
Yeah.
Umbrella number 2,
2 million.
do we need to,
We need a motion
I need a motion to, go with the umbrella number 2
and to adopt- purchase the insurance.
to purchase the insurance, yes. I need a motion for that.
Make the motion.
I'll
Motion made,
second it.
second. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passed.
Thank you guys. Really appreciate that.
Check
I
them out.
enjoy working with you so much. I really do. So it's an honor. Thanks.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I'll talk to you. Thank you.
Clerk treasurer, you're up, Tammy.
Okay, so a gentleman submitted a compliment for our police clerk and actually for the police chief, so I have both of them here. I was asked to read these at the meeting. So the first one is the compliment for the police clerk, Mary. This clerk has the energy of a caring, loving mother. She has always helped me to the best of her ability, always courteous, respectful, and she has beautiful hair. Keep doing what you do, Mama Mary. So he was very happy with her. And the same gentleman submitted a compliment for Chief Mayo. Chief Mayo's mental health training or understanding of mental health in my heart to hearts saved my life. He is a wonderful leader and a very good role model for young men like myself. And he is an all-around cool guy. And then at this time, I would also like to acknowledge the ladies in the office. As you know, we're switching to new meters and they have to work with the software. Our software company has had issues, so they were not able to do the billing from the software with these new meters. So the ladies had to work really hard and they had to basically either decide to estimate the bills for some of the water customers, or those water customers would have a double bill next month. So they worked really hard to get those estimates done and get those bills out on time for our water customers. And I would like to acknowledge the ladies for that.
Yeah.
They did a really good job.
Yeah, we don't want to give anybody a
No.
double bill.
And that's all I have for correspondence.
Ordinance 2026-09.
This is an ordinance to amend the rates and charges for use and services rendered by the town of New Chicago for its sewer system. So since this is the second reading of this ordinance, we do need a motion to pass this ordinance.
I'll make that motion.
Motion made, second.
I'll second.
Second made, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passed.
Okay, ordinance 2026-10, this is the second reading of this ordinance as well. This is an ordinance amending the stormwater user fees for the operation of the Stormwater Department of the Town of New Chicago. At this time, I do need a motion to pass this ordinance also.
I'll make that motion to pass ordinance 2026-09.
Tim,
Tim,
Oh, I'm sorry, 10. I got 9 in my hand.
need a
I'll second.
second? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passed for 2026-10 ordinance.
That's all I have.
this will go into effect June 1st, correct?
Yes.
Be prepared.
No revolutions. Earl's not here. Police commission, no.
Police Commission did not have a meeting. There was some trouble with getting everybody there, and we weren't voting on anything critical. And apparently Chief Earl has a family issue or something this evening. He said he sent a message that he wouldn't be here.
He did.
Thank you, Tony. Dyer,
As of today, we've had 102 calls for emergency service. We had a recruitment drive, and fortunately, we were able to gain some firefighters. And the best part about it, the fact that they have all the required state certifications to join the department, except for one, and that firefighter will be going to the fire academy as soon as it opens up. But other than that, we're doing okay. We're moving right along, so thank you for your support. That's all I have.
thank you. Joe, town manager,
Joe and I did go meet with Bill Carroll, the mayor of Lake Station, and the fire chief, Chuck Fazekas. Everything is, our fire calls are matching their fire calls, or ambulance calls. So that was one good thing. So we will do it again sometime in June. So as soon as I set it up, I guess we'll go meet with them.
We've been working together just fine.
Yeah, Joe's happy, everybody's happy at Lake Station, so.
Do you have any idea how many calls, ambulance calls?
We had 102.
We had 13 or 14 in January, and what was it, 14 or 15 in February, I don't know about March, so
So I mean, where it's not excessive, right?
we had 3 today though, did we, or yesterday?
Yesterday we had 3, today we had 2.
Okay, so there's 5 in 2 days. We also had a death in town, did we not?
Yeah, and an elderly woman who was in hospice, 100 years old, over on
311 Huber.
you were next to John Sweeto's house there, where John used to live.
No.
Next door, I think,
No,
right?
that's Tyler.
That's Tyler.
Oh, wait, oh, we were on Tyler.
You could look it up, I see 311 Huber.
Well, I was on,
Okay.
I was
Is
there,
it Tyler?
yeah, it's
You
right,
live in Tyler?
right next door to John and Millie's house.
Oh, up on the hill?
That would be Busy Bee's mother. Mrs. Perez.
She's 100 years old, she was on
Oh.
hospice, and unfortunately, she had to go, so she expired, so, you know.
Well, bless her heart.
They
She
took
lived a
me
good
to
life.
11 Huber, so.
No, we were on Tyler.
Okay. So,
okay.
all right. The building, it's coming along. They want the IT people to get on it, so they know what kind of locks and stuff to order for the doors. And we met with Booker Tech, we met with Tri-Electronics. Booker Tech did send over something, Tri-Electronics says tomorrow. So Clyde is calling me every day at 7 a.m.
Who's on that meeting, and the committee?
Well, I'm the one been down there. I had Jim down there, Earl's been down there,
Down there.
Joe was down there, so
Okay.
I don't know anything about security, okay? So, anyway, but they need to know so they can order whatever they need to order for the doors and
So
stuff.
it can be
So,
wired, right?
huh?
So it can be wired?
Yes. So the electrician was down there and Lou was down there, met with him, told him how he wanted it. So I'm organizing everybody to be there, but they want it all working together and it's not seemed to be working that way.
Well,
so.
that never works that
Right.
way.
And Trezak was in.
No.
I called June yesterday and I told him, I said, I'm not gonna be out by June. So he'll work around us. So I said, thank you. So we're still moving along and next month there'll be the agreement and stuff. So you guys have a copy of that, so.
Well, you said he's gonna try, so, to keep you there, but,
No, he said he'll keep us there, but he has we may not have electricity.
oh, well, you're not gonna be there then.
That's not gonna work too well.
Yeah. So
For me.
we'll see. I did let him know though that, I'm hoping to be out by the end of June. I can't guarantee it. I can't make them. Yeah, Generac, that'll be our next thing. That's all I have for,
They're asked Bill.
town manager.
Okay.
Yeah, that trailer's looking
Yeah.
better and better,
Yes.
Sharon.
Park board,
Okay, we met last night, because the first Tuesday of the month was the primary and all four of us were working the polls. So we met last night, we addressed some of the problems that we're experiencing at the park now that people are more active and out there, littering, graffiti, and vandalism. We've had some instances of unauthorized use of shelters for large groups that contributes to the littering. We're cleaning up graffiti, and there are some things going on that need more attention. We also have seen an increase in motorized vehicles, scooters, e-bikes, and golf carts. People are driving them on the grass, not the paths. So our solutions that we came up with are we're investigating more camera surveillance, and we'll post some more signs.
Well, I thought you guys had, I'm sorry, I thought you had cameras at the park.
We do.
Okay.
More.
Oh, you want more?
We need more.
Okay.
We need to cover more angles.
We need to cover more angles. We don't have enough.
Because the night vision, wasn't it, Joe, that it wasn't working too good night before last?
It's the license plate reader that doesn't
Okay.
work that well. The night vision is fine.
Is it?
It's just the license plate
Well,
reader.
we need to read the plate number though.
Yeah, that's the part
Well,
that we've
it's
never been able
kids.
to get.
So license plates don't really come into it. The vandalism is
Well, dropping off
juvenile.
garbage by the dumpster does though.
Well, we've had that moved, so we'll have a better view of it now. But we moved it for a different reason. But we're gonna put more signs up and more people will be there. Hopefully we can talk to the chief and get a little bit more, police presence at the park as well. We had a lot of issues trying to get things mowed because it was raining so much and everything was flooding. But we got it done in time for a rental over the weekend. And John Squires has volunteered to help us mow. So we voted last night to give him a set of keys. And he's gonna help us out with that. I learned how to drive the,
Zero thing.
yeah. My brother who did, what do you call it, groundskeeping for many years said I drive like a drunken sailor, but whatever. We are going to keep monitoring the pond issues because we've had flooding on the parking lot and on the path that goes over to the south at Pavilion. We're hoping that will recede, that the pond will go down. Robert George investigated a little bit for us, reported to Joe that it was open, but it was backing up down at Lake Station.
On the other
So
side.
we're not sure exactly what that situation is. It is receding some. We'll keep an eye on it. When the pond edge is firmer, because it's been overflowing its banks, we want to reestablish the goose fence on the north side of the pond. The geese will still be able to take their babies in on the south side. We just want to keep them off the high use area so there's less goose poop there. A couple of years ago, tree fell on the other side of the fence on the south side of the park. And the person that owns it lives 2 houses down. People that live next to it are not the owners of that little section of property where the tree fell. He cut a portion of the tree, but it is pressing and jeopardizing 2 sections of the fence, so we need to talk about what we can do there. River Forest Food Service will be bringing lunch Monday through Friday, starting June 2nd through July 3rd at 11:30 a.m. There will be free lunch for kids K through 12. And the library will be there each Tuesday. I haven't heard from other people that may come, even though we will not have the formal lunch and learn this year due to our crazy work schedules. Joe's going to be out of town for about 8 weeks. So we plan to host a town-wide garage sale in the fall. We had to change the times and dates for a couple of upcoming meetings. And that's been published. Thank you, Tammy.
Yeah.
June 2nd meeting will be at 4 p.m. And the November meeting, which will be held, hosted by our chief at the firehouse, will, for the general election, we've had to move our park board meeting to the 10th because we'll all be at the polls working the fire. That's it.
I would like to ask real quick before we move on, Jenny, as far as the tree is concerned on the south end of the park, with it leaning against our fence, Lloyd, what can we do?
It's who owns the property where the tree is.
It's Scott and Juanita Hicks. They own it. They said we can cut it.
You
So,
can cut it and
Well,
take
we
it
don't
off.
have-
Are you want to bill them for the cost of the fence? Is that what you're saying, or?
well, I don't know if we know exactly how damaged the fence is.
We want to get it off the fence before the fence is damaged and needs repair.
I think you can do that too.
Okay. It would be nice if they paid us to remove it, but I don't know if we can charge them for that.
And I would talk to them and see if they had any problem coming on and cutting it up on their side of the fence too.
Get like a right of entry
Yeah.
form? Okay.
Yeah, because we're gonna have to cross somebody else's property to get to that property.
Yeah, and I mean, I think they probably all want it gone, so
Pardon?
I'm guessing everybody wants that tree gone,
Well,
so.
it fell, and he works for NIPSCO. He had a crew out there that cut part of it, but he didn't cut it into our fence
Well, they're
line.
not gonna get rid of the tree, they're just gonna cut it up, because they have no place to take the tree.
Don't-
just
We
wanna
just need
get
to
it
get
off the
access to
fence.
their property.
And he said that you could, so I talked to him, so.
And if it's okay with him, but we still need to ask the people that live in the house in front,
Just-
unless we climb over the fence,
Which we can, if,
which we can do.
Well,
Whatever they go.
yeah, I can get a right of entry form.
Okay,
We can talk to that person and
all right.
just so we're covered.
This-
legally.
We'll do the work.
I mean, if we're gonna
We'll help.
cut it up and
We have
pull the pieces
chainsaws.
out of there, I don't think, that-
Right.
You can't, where you gonna put them?
I don't know.
They're gonna leave them
And I'll
on the
supervise.
property.
We're gonna sell it for firewood and.
We can't, we have no place to put that.
CJ,
I'll leave-
CJ might take it, he can come get it then.
Sharon, I'll leave it stacked up and hopefully the beef will go after it rather than.
CJ will take it,
Okay.
CJ will take it, that's right, he will take it.
Unless it's full of rotten.
He doesn't care.
just burns it in the
Put it outside the
ground.
fire.
That's all I had. That's all I had.
Plan commission?
We didn't have a meeting.
Sewer?
Mickey Anderson was in today. They've got the one pump station all running. He had to buy some new parts or something, and he'll install that by the end of the week, I think he said. So we've got that all fixed, thank goodness.
Thank you. Streets?
Everybody seen the
Oh.
streets? Okay, you guys make me a list of the next ones?
Well, I know Iowa needs it.
Van Buren Street's falling apart
Mhm.
in several.
Jasper.
places, Very bad.
Iowa from Garfield
Yeah.
to Washington Street.
And Joe went out with the form and stuff and that and saw, but, and Michigan from the light back, I thought we were doing that this time where the holes in the road
Yeah.
this big.
Well, any
So-
roads need to be put down and then you look at it and see which ones you
That's
wanna
what
do.
we've done, but you guys were supposed to make me a list,
You've
so.
never told me nothing.
Read your
The
minutes.
last time, I read
Oh,
the
you weren't
minutes,
here, you went home.
but I did
Yeah.
read minutes, but not all of them.
Yeah, it's,
Only ones I needed.
so if you see something, yes, I've got that one.
Yeah, from
I've got
Garfield to
yours,
Washington.
Brenda.
Or maybe Lincoln.
Van Buren's just.
I know, and I don't know that we have enough money to do the whole road. And so,
Right there on the bend right there.
Oh, it's horrible.
If somebody's, there's gonna be an accident because the right, if you're headed west, you've gotta dodge a bunch of them in a row.
That has to be
And
done.
people speed through there going east.
we are gonna get some coal patch on Friday, so maybe we can put
That'll
some in there.
That'd be
They-
good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That, that section of Van Buren is on the list.
Well, hopefully,
And
probably
the
cut it
Garfield,
and
or
then
that
put it in and
section
maybe
of
it'll
Iowa
hold then.
that Sharon mentioned was on the list.
And I know some of Michigan Street.
Yeah, that one part there, right by the light there, by Shirley Kanzler's house and that, so.
And my street's gonna have to be done again if everybody keeps cutting through
the
from Route
road
6
data.
to Wisconsin down Garfield to not hit the light on Michigan and Route 6. My street is worse than Michigan Avenue, Michigan Street. It is.
Van Buren's like, Route 30.
Yeah, mine too. They're doing a shortcut, you know,
It's
even
crazy.
the buses, school buses.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's, well, you've got the trailer park, and I think they're going into the trailer.
Well, yeah, but I
Just
followed
wait till
somebody
there's-
cut through when I was coming home.
Okay.
Thank you. Sanitation?
Just garbage man had a few complaints, so I'll take care of it when they call. So they haven't called, so some of the garbage didn't get picked up because they didn't move their cans out close enough to the road and next to a fence that he can't get to, so. I think we're good. We need to look and see. I think, rates go up again in December for
I think
them,
so,
so we need to check on that, see how much they're going up, so.
Well, I mean, if it's not too bad, I mean, you can't beat total.
No, we agree,
Yeah, you can't beat
Yeah,
them,
but-
I don't care
but-
what anybody says.
But we're paying it out of the general fund, that's
Mhm.
why I'm saying, so,
Yeah, I know.
yeah.
But
Any
we get
idea
with
what the rate-
recycle, we get money. Have you gotten it?
I haven't got it
every
yet.
quarter?
Last year I got it in June, so I'm expecting it to come in June.
Oh, okay.
So did they say anything, Brenda, at some
I
ways?
wasn't at the meeting.
Yeah, I know you weren't at the other one, but they didn't say anything in March, so.
No, there was, I did ask Tammy, and she had filled the stuff
Yeah,
out.
yeah,
She had put it.
Okay.
Okay. Water?
Nope.
No. Stormwater?
Yeah, we met with Reggie Friday, Robert and I did. And our $33,000 is in process of coming back to us from
Wonderful.
Ryan. But we met with Reggie, our ordinances are, she's almost done with those for the stormwater. And everything's going good with it so far. Yes, Joe?
I just got a quick question, that dry well that Alicia had put in by the Fairview Apartments?
Yeah, she never put it in right.
Well, it goes down, but it's just a hole in the ground, Joe.
She didn't do it right.
As much water as we got, we've done it 3 times,
I
Sharon.
know.
There, and it floods by
Yes, it
Kenny
does.
Yule's there, you know what I mean?
That's because they blacktopped it, so that's why. So, but it goes down and they take a day for it to go down, but it goes down and they take in the truck and suck the stuff
But
out
yours
of
by the
it,
fire
so.
station is okay, right?
Yeah, it's all right.
Yeah, it floods too, so.
No, it
Little bit,
doesn't.
Little bit in the front.
It gets in there.
We have had a lot of
Better
rain.
than it
Yeah,
was.
we have.
Yeah.
Beats what it was before where it was
Well,
just
it does,
standing.
yes. I
And
will say
88 and 90 McKinley, where they blacktopped that water has gone away too, Sharon, by that fire hydrant that we thought was leaking.
McKinley and what?
88 and 90, where that fire hydrant sat, and it was a dip there and that water sat there. We
Oh,
thought the
yeah.
hydrant was
Mhm.
leaking.
Mhm.
Since
Oh,
we
yeah.
blacktopped it,
Yeah,
there's no water there now,
really? Hmm.
so.
Because I could have swore that was
I
in
know.
dead of summer, no
Right.
rain, no nothing, and there
Right.
was water.
So, but there's none there now,
Oh,
so
good.
Good.
that's good.
Old business? New business? Legal report?
Okay, I'm gonna need to question your town manager, put her on the spot, which She didn't know was coming.
Be something new.
The property located at 100 Lincoln Avenue. That property was obtained by what, a tax deed?
I believe it was a tax sale, so. And I believe we were all on the board at that
I
time,
don't
including
recall,
me.
I don't, oh, Lincoln over here off of,
Yeah.
Illinois.
Mm-hmm,
Yeah,
right.
that, oh, yeah, we had that. That was a tax sale.
Yeah.
And
I remember now.
was it accurate that the town really has no use for that property?
Mm-mm.
We can't do a thing with it but mow it.
And as
Yeah.
town manager, do you feel like in the next 10 years that that's going to change at all?
No.
Does this town have any more intrinsic value as a lot? Is it too small to build on?
Yeah, we
Yeah,
can't
you
build
can't
on
build
it.
on it.
Yeah, you can't.
So you believe that's in the best interest in the highest use of the property to sell it to an abutting owner?
Yes,
Yeah.
and it'll be back on the property tax
Yeah,
rolls.
it'll go with their property.
And that would put it back in the tax rolls. And if we don't sell it, the town's just gonna have to maintain it. That means cutting it, trimming it, getting rid of the weeds and all that,
Yep.
picking up the garbage. And that cost over years would make it cost prohibitive to keep owning that property.
Yeah, it just costing us money.
And you check for the abutting,
Assessment,
yeah, and the assessment? And what's your belief that the town should price that lot at?
well, the township says it's appraised at $7,600, I believe, if it's in the minutes. But I
Yeah,
think
it is.
if we can get $5,000 for it,
But, well, how big is the lot?
I don't know.
50 by 125?
No,
It's not that big.
I
25?
think it's 25 by 60 or something. It can't be built on.
No,
No.
it cannot, no,
No,
I know it can't.
no.
You
so.
can't build on 50 wide either.
So
So the land is appraised at $7,600, so
I
anyway,
go 4,500 to 5,000.
I think they're willing to give us $5,000
Yeah,
for
if
it.
not, see what they'll come down. If they'll,
She said they were gonna give
So-
5,000.
oh, okay.
I need a vote on a couple of things from the town council here, because you're the authority. First, and I'll ask one of you to make this motion. On a motion to find that the highest and best use of the tract is to sell it to an abutting landowner.
Need a motion for that?
I need a motion for that.
I'll make that motion.
Second?
Second.
Motion made. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
Okay, the second motion I need is finding that the cost to the public of maintaining the tract equals or exceeds the estimated fair market value of the tract.
I make that
What?
motion.
I can't hear
That
you.
the cost of the public, the cost to the public of maintaining the tract equals or exceeds the estimated fair market value of the tract.
So what he's saying, what the guy's wages are, how much gas, our time and equipment to go out there and do what we have to
Yeah.
do with
His own
it.
college sheet.
Does it equal that
Oh,
to the
yeah.
$5,000?
Oh, gosh, yes.
So,
I'll
So-
make that motion.
Motion made,
And
second.
Finally,
Second,
do we have a motion to sell that property at 100 Lincoln Avenue to an abutting property owner for a price of at least $5,000?
I'll make that motion.
Motion made, second.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
aye.
Motion carries.
I will then draft the notice to the abutting property owner. Sue has done this too for you already. She's found the names and addresses of the property owners, saving me having to go down there and saving you money because she's on top of things like that. And so we'll do that and at the next hearing. If we have that, a bid of $5,000, we'll award it, to whoever bids it, and we will notify those abutting owners of the pending sale of the next one, okay? And I need a motion to sell it to the abutting property owners for at least $5,000.
Need a motion? As Larry said, I'll make that motion.
I'll second.
Second made, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries.
And that will be advertised for the next meeting. And the homeowners will be notified, okay?
Thank you, Lord.
And that's-
Okay, now
that's it.
I have two questions for Lloyd.
Yes.
First of all, what about the property on Tiger Street that we just purchased when we were going to build the buildings over there? What about selling those?
I'm gonna keep it in case you build a fire department.
Would you build a fire department over there or add on to ours?
You tell me.
I don't know. Okay, we'll hold on to it for a while.
Well, that's something that ought to be
Yeah,
investigated.
we can think about it. All right, second of all, Lloyd, you're the town attorney. Okay, you should know something. I know you're not involved with it, but I think you should know something about it. I know Sue would know, but I'm asking both of us. Over a year ago, township broke the contract for the building. They owe us $200,000. Have we started procedures on suing them? Because they haven't given us no money, have they?
No.
So why are who's in charge?
He cannot handle it. It was Ray Zarmak.
Okay, but, well, you. know
I represent
nothing.
the Hobart Township Board, so I.
Oh,
can-
you Hobart Township, okay.
And I represent
But we gotta
you, so I
do
can-
something. What about Zarmak? Has he gotten a hold of anybody? Has he
I've
started,
talked to him.
has he started procedures?
No, you haven't authorized it.
Well, we need to.
Well,
Okay, I'm going to, I'd like to make a motion to authorize to proceed with the suing of Hobart Township for our $200,000 back, that they backed out on the contract. We can't lose that money, $400,000. I'm sorry. I'm making a motion to approve to go further with it, to start proceeding.
I thought we did meet with him once, didn't we?
who was Zarmak?
Yes.
We just talked about it. We didn't approve it with
I've
the council.
contacted him, so.
Well,
But we didn't approve,
We did meet with him.
but we didn't approve to go through
Oh,
with
you're
it.
gonna need a motion to
I'm-
to contact an attorney and to look at the feasibility of filing suit for that.
Okay,
And it cannot be me because I represent both of you.
I'm making a motion to proceed with contacting, if it's Zarmak or an attorney, to procedures to sue the township for $400,000. I'm
Motion.
making that motion.
Motion made, need a second?
I'll second.
Need a second? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed?
And I will call him.
Motion carries.
And to let you know, I will not represent Hobart on the other end of that suit either. I can't.
You
Okay,
can't.
I can't be
forgot,
on either
Lloyd,
side.
You were
Yeah.
over there, I forgot
Conflict
that.
of interest for
But
you.
we can't sit on this. It's over a year. We need our money. And they're not going to give it to us because they say they have none. Well, we don't have none either, so. It is what it is. Life's rough. Okay, thanks. Oh, one question, is Zarmak feeling well? I heard he had a heart attack.
He had a heart surgery,
Oh,
so I haven't talked to him in a little while, but he said they were regulating his medicine, so.
so I can call him and just ask him how he's feeling and that we have approved this. So whenever he's feeling well, can he start on this? Okay, I will.
Any announcements? Any old business?
Just one quick thing. Next 2 months, I'm going to be working a lot of hours, so
It's summer.
I may have Tony may be the one setting up the equipment and stuff for the next couple meetings. So just if somebody could be here a little earlier to help set up the chairs and tables and everything. That's the part that takes the longest out of everything, getting all that set up. The other thing is, I did have a meeting with SHI today. I have another one with them on Tuesday. I'll have the licenses for the new email system on Tuesday. So,
Next Tuesday?
yep.
Okay.
So I'll be able to start actually getting all that rolled out. Probably I won't roll it out during the week. I'll do that over the weekend when Chief and Tammy don't get nearly as many emails.
No,
Good luck.
Yeah, I know.
there's no baking on that.
In theory, on paper, it looks good.
Don't
So that's all I have.
Thank you, Joe. Any other business to come before the council? No. Open forum? Comment from the board?
Oh, I see there's still the cats.
There's still what?
Cats.
Oh, yeah.
And it seems like they're still feeding them up under the bushes. I mean, I know we asked them to stop, but it's still, and I do see the motorhome is still there. Something that I thought they were supposed to get rid of that.
I don't know if it's the people in that house feeding them. I think it's the guy in the vehicle with the hat.
I yelled at him too.
I know you yelled at him the
No,
other
he
day
needs
when
to
he
be
came
given
to
the
the vote.
ticket.
But, yeah, we've witnessed, I've never seen them feed him, but I've seen him drive up, pull up, open his car, and the cats jump in, and he sometimes gets out and puts out.
Take a video of it and then take a picture of his license plate.
I
so
don't
they
think
can
I
get-
can legally do that.
Why not?
I can't take pictures of somebody doing something like that,
Sure
can
you
I?
can. You can take
On
a
whose
video.
land?
It's out in public.
If I'm on, okay. Because they're on private property, that's why I was wondering,
Yeah,
you know.
can't go to his house and take a video. That's-
No, but if I'm standing in the street and he's on private property, it's still okay if I,
Yeah,
okay.
And I
Because
think
the last time I tried to take pictures of somebody that was threatening me as I was walking my dog, I was admonished not to do that.
by who?
No, you can't.
So,
No,
It wasn't
Probably for your
Earl.
own
That's a threat.
safety.
It wasn't
Probably
Earl.
for your own safety,
It
that's
wasn't
why.
Earl, it was Bob.
Oh,
Yeah.
Zena?
Yeah.
Oh.
No, you, I mean,
No, when you're being
Well, I-
threatened.
you're out in public, whatever you're doing.
Well, I know,
is
I
fair
mean,
game.
that's, but right now.
I
who
remember
knows?
when that episode happened, what you said about it. Okay.
Motion to adjourn?
I was gonna say, I'm not on council, but I'd like to say something.
Okay, go ahead.
I just want to thank the fire department and the police for their swift response yesterday to my house. We had a gas leak. NIPSCO was there. The police were getting ready to kick my door in. So I just wanted to thank you guys for your swift response.
Well, I'm happy you're feeling better because you looked awful shook when you.
I was
pulled up.
worried my animals were dead.
You pulled up, you looked awful shook. Looked
Yeah.
like you were-
That was my main concern, that my dogs and my cat was
I'm glad
dead.
everything's okay.
But everything's
Still
getting
has
better.
no gas.
Yeah, it's still shut off, but they're working, it's getting work done.
Motion to adjourn?
Make that motion.
Motion made.
I'll second.
Second, all in favor?
Aye.
Meeting adjourned.